Hello and welcome back to Global English Podcast, the place where we break down English for you, our study buddies. I'm your host, Jordan.
And I'm Taylor. Good to see you, everyone. It is a fantastic day for a deep dive into some really high-utility language.
It absolutely is. Today, we are opening up this massive folder of sources all about getting supremely confident in English, especially in those moments that cause the most, anxiety. Transactional English.
Right.
We're talking about ordering food gracefully, navigating that subtle politeness you need in a restaurant, and handling those quick exchanges at the supermarket checkout.
Our mission today is sort of twofold. First, we're going to dive into the exact phrases you need for those moments.
The scripts.
The scripts, exactly. But second, and I think this is maybe more important, we're going to build the psychological engine, the mindset that you need to actually use those phrases without freezing up when the pressure is on.
Oh, that stress is so unbelievably relatable. I can feel it already. I mean, think about that moment where you're trying to order food.
Yep.
And you think you sound polite, but then you realize you forgot that one tiny magic word that makes you sound natural.
It just feels off.
Or maybe the stress of standing at the checkout when the cashier speaks too fast and asks you for a loyalty card and your mind just goes blank.
Total blank.
That feeling of being totally stuck is truly paralyzing for a learner.
That paralysis,
Yeah.
as you call it, is precisely what our source material is all about. Those transactional moments where the conversation is fast, often involves money or, maybe even health concerns. They're really high stakes.
Right.
We need both the scripts and the confidence to deploy them instantly.
We are going to solve that paralysis today. But first, here's a challenge for later. Something to kind of keep spinning in the back of your mind as we go through the restaurant English.
Ooh, I like a challenge.
Can you explain the difference between saying, "we will split the bill," and that slightly more idiomatic, culturally specific phrase, "we will go Dutch"? It's not just semantics, it's dollars and cents.
It truly is a crucial financial and social distinction when you're dining out with friends. We will absolutely break down the pragmatic implications of that idiom later in our pop quiz.
Before we dive deep into the first foundational section, which is all about brainpower and mindset, please just take 1 second, click the like button, and subscribe to Global English Podcast right now.
Your support means everything, and it really helps us keep making these intense deep dives for you.
Okay, let's unpack this foundational stuff first. Phase 1, according to our sources, is all about the engine of learning, the mindset. The sources identify 2 fundamental ways of thinking about your English journey: the stuck mindset and the growing mindset. So what exactly is a mindset? It sounds so big, like some philosophical concept that's hard to change.
That's a critical starting point.
Yeah.
And you're right, it does sound massive, but the idea is fundamentally simple. A mindset is just your established pattern of core beliefs, feelings, and underlying ideas about a subject.
So like my inner voice, the things I tell myself.
Exactly. If you have an internal narrative that repeats, "English is hard and I am failing," that is a mindset.
Okay.
If your internal narrative is, "English is challenging but fascinating," well, that is a different mindset. It's the filter through which you view all of your progress.
I see. So the stuck mindset is that sad, stopping narrative. Tell us more about what that looks like in action.
Well, the sources define the stuck mindset as being characterized by thoughts that are final, negative, and self-defeating.
Final. I like that word for it.
It is final. You hear thoughts like, "I am bad at this," or "I will never learn the perfect grammar." The key element here is that word stuck, which means you cannot move. You are, immobilized in one place, like a car with its wheels spinning in the mud.
Right, you're going nowhere.
And this feeling is dangerous because the brain interprets difficulty as proof of failure, which, always leads to wanting to stop learning altogether.
It's a very dangerous loop. I feel that way sometimes when I look at a complex grammar chart or try to watch a native speaker film without subtitles. My brain just immediately throws up a wall and says, "Nope, the challenge is too high, you're finished."
And the growing mindset is the inverse. It replaces those final negative statements with process-oriented, hopeful ones.
Okay.
Because "I am learning this," or "this is hard, but I can try." This mindset accepts that effort is required and that current challenges are temporary. This crucial shift from "I am bad," which is a finished, static feeling, to "I am learning," an ongoing journey feeling, is the entire core of sustainable language acquisition.
That contrast is phenomenal. Static finality versus dynamic hope. But I have to challenge this slightly. Isn't it logical to feel bad when you try and fail a big test or when you can't understand a simple transaction? I mean, how do the sources suggest we process that initial sting of failure healthily?
That's a critical counterpoint. The growing mindset is not about denying that failure or difficulty happened. It's about reframing the meaning of that event.
Okay, so it's a reframe.
To reframe, we need an analogy here. Think of the stuck mindset as a locked door. You approach the door, you try to turn the handle once, it doesn't open. And your mindset tells you the door is locked forever. The failure is absolute. You cannot move.
That stop signal is so fast, the stuck mindset stops the action before I can even process why it failed.
Right. Now, the growing mindset is like that door, but it's already slightly ajar, maybe just a centimeter.
Okay.
Still a heavy door, you still have to push it hard, and it might be difficult. But your mindset tells you, the door is open, I just need to apply more effort or maybe push it a different angle. This is possible. It redefines the action required.
So it changes the perspective from permanent impossibility to temporary possibility, which then justifies putting in the extra effort.
Precisely. Let's look at a real-world scenario from the sources. Imagine a student practices a complex new phrasal verb once, fails to pronounce it correctly, and immediately quits. That's the stuck mindset in action.
Right. The thought is, I failed. I'm bad at this language. The failure is final.
And that's where the journey ends, which is just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Versus another student who practices that exact same word 5 times, fails all 5 times, but pauses and says, that didn't work.
Okay.
The mistake is just information telling me I need to adjust my mouth shape or spend more time with the audio. I just need more time, or I need to try a different way.
Oh, that was so different.
That student is operating entirely within the growing mindset. They view the error not as an end, but as valuable, high-grade data for the brain.
That transition is profoundly powerful. And this leads us directly to the concept deep dive on the magic word yet.
Yeah.
Our sources claim that adding this tiny 3-letter word, Y-E-T, changes everything. So how can this minuscule word carry such power?
It's the ultimate antidote because it changes the temporal dimension of your thought process. The temporal dimension. It changes how you think about time. The word yet fundamentally changes a final negative thought into a hopeful, growing one. It reframes the present situation not as a permanent static state, but as a temporary evolving position on a timeline.
That is such a fascinating linguistic trick. How do we start using it? Give me some of those painful, common stuck thoughts, and let's apply the magic.
Okay, let's take the classic beginner struggle. I do not understand what the native speaker is saying. That feels like a final wall, resulting in immediate panic or stopping the conversation.
Yes, immediate shutdown. I know that feeling well.
Now, add the magic word at the end. I do not understand yet.
I do not understand yet. Wow, that pause and the addition of yet completely changes the emotional and cognitive feeling. It means I don't understand right now, but I am capable of understanding, and my future self will.
Exactly. It means the solution is just around the corner, waiting for one more effort.
It's like a bridge.
It is. Think of the word yet, acting like a bridge that takes you from where you are now, the problem, to the future, the solution. It opens that door we discussed earlier. It contrasts entirely with the word never, which means impossible or finished, yet implies not now, but maybe later.
It gives you that necessary permission to be a learner, which involves imperfection. Okay, let's try a bigger, more ambitious thought, the major stuck thought. I cannot speak English fluently.
Oof. I feel the weight of that sentence instantly. That's a huge, overwhelming burden that can kill motivation for years.
Transform it.
I cannot speak English fluently yet.
Perfect. It acknowledges the current reality without destroying the future possibility.
And crucially, the sources say that this shift immediately motivates action. Your brain doesn't stop. It starts planning.
So if I say I'm unskilled yet, my brain immediately generates a to-do list. I need to take a class, or I need to practice that specific skill. It turns a feeling of personal failure into a strategic opening.
You nailed it. The tiny word yet shifts emotional shame into a practical strategy.
I love that. Okay, next deep dive. And this is another hard one for learners. Mistakes are our friends. I mean, I have spent my whole life hating mistakes. They make me feel embarrassed and shy. Why should I, as an English learner, truly love them?
We have to actively restructure that deeply ingrained perspective that mistakes equal personal failure.
It's so hard.
It is. But the growing mindset loves mistakes because they are not failures. They are high-value specific information. They are the essential data points your brain needs to correctly map the borders of the language.
Information. not failure. That's the key distinction, but it's so hard to internalize. Give me the mandatory anecdote to help me feel this.
We must use the source anecdote of the baby learning to walk, Mia. A baby decides to stand up, takes one hopeful step toward her parent, and boom, she loses her balance and falls down.
Right.
Linguistically, that fall is a mistake.
But we don't call the baby stupid or tell her to quit. We cheer her on. Good job, Mia. Try again.
And why?
Yeah.
Because we understand intuitively that the fall, the mistake, is an essential component of the learning process.
Yeah.
When Mia falls, her brain immediately registers, oh, that muscle movement was not right. I must try a different weight distribution or a different way to balance. The mistake is information that is necessary for the next corrected attempt.
So when I try to use the past tense of go and I mistakenly say I goed instead of the irregular I went, the mistake is just my brain falling down like baby Mia.
You are simply falling. And what should you say to yourself? It's okay. I am learning. That ed ending wasn't right here. I am gathering information.
Right.
A mistake is not proof that you are bad. It is the absolute proof that you are active and engaged in the learning process.
That totally reframes the fear. It removes the sting of shame, turning it into a required step.
Let me give you another extended real-world scenario from the sources. It's a story of Emily's cooking class where she was trying to make fresh pasta.
I love hearing about these high-stakes, real-life fumbles.
Well, Emily was following a recipe, but she misjudged the water ratio. So when she put the dough into the pot of hot water, it just dissolved and then clumped together instantly.
Oh, no.
It became one big, heavy, sticky ball that was completely inedible.
The dreaded pasta ball.
The dreaded pasta ball. She then tried to lift this enormous sticky dough ball with a spoon, and it slipped right out of the pot, flew across the kitchen, and hit the wall with a thwack.
No. It hit the wall.
It was stuck there. A pasta ball stuck to the kitchen wall.
That's amazing. That would be a moment of extreme embarrassment for most people.
But the teacher, Rosa, saw the whole thing. And she didn't shame her student. Instead, she looked at the wall, looked at Emily, and started laughing uproariously.
Wow.
She said, okay, Emily, that is a new, extremely creative way to cook pasta. We won't be writing that in the cookbook, but it makes a great story.
I love that.
The mistake was memorable, it was funny, and it became a shared story, not a moment of deep, paralyzing shame. Mistakes are memorable anchors that show us what not to do next time, cementing the correct path forward.
I am now officially friends with my mistakes. They are just little information tags telling me where to go next. Okay, last major concept for the mindset section, the one brick principle. You know, learning English feels like looking up at Mount Everest. It's too big, it's overwhelmingly high, and you feel mentally tired before you even start the climb. How do we stop that exhaustion?
We use the one brick principle. This is purely a reframing technique to handle scope creep.
Scope creep?
Yeah, when a task feels like it's growing bigger and bigger, the principle is don't look at the summit, the big, overwhelming long-term goal of total English fluency. Instead, look only at the immediate next step, right at your feet.
Okay.
The goal is too impossible when viewed as a massive single entity.
We absolutely need the extended analogy for this because that feeling of too big is the ultimate motivator to quit a language program.
I have the core source anecdote for this. The man building a wall. There was a man who wanted to build a very big, very beautiful, very long wall around his garden. But when he looked at the huge empty space where the wall needed to be built, he felt completely overwhelmed and just sank into sadness. He thought, I can never build this wall. It is too much work. It's impossible.
Classic stuck mindset in action. The enormity of the task stops the first step.
Right. But then his wise old friend came by and saw the man sitting sadly. The friend said, you are absolutely correct. You cannot build this big wall.
Wait, what? He agreed with him.
He did. The man was confused. But the friend continued, therefore, do not try to build a wall. Just look at this one brick in your hand.
Just one single brick.
Your job today is not to build a wall. Your job today is simply to lay one brick perfectly.
Wow.
The man did it. He laid one brick perfectly. The next day, he repeated the manageable task and laid one more brick perfectly. And after many, many days of only focusing on that single, small, immediate brick, he eventually looked back and saw that, without ever feeling overwhelmed, he had built his big, beautiful, finished wall.
That is such a powerful metaphor for consistent study. We are not trying to learn all of English today, which is the impossible goal.
Right.
We are just trying to perfect one small task.
We contrast the impossible goal of, I must learn all English grammar and vocabulary today, with the manageable goal of, today, I will learn 2 new transactional phrases, or today I will actively listen to one English conversation for 5 minutes.
That's easy.
It's easy. That's 10 minutes of focused work. That's your one break.
And that's a goal I can easily achieve and feel satisfied with. So when we finish this deep dive, my one brick could be practicing one of our new restaurant phrases using the shadowing technique for 7 minutes.
Exactly. Your 7 minutes of active shadowing is your one brick. Your goal is not fluency. Your goal is simply perfection on that one small, manageable, immediate task. The sources emphasize that the power of consistency beats the power of intensity every single time, leading to that beautiful, finished structure.
I feel so much calmer now, armed with the growing mindset and my first brick. But now we have to take that mindset and apply it to the high-stakes, real-world scenario of transactional English, starting with the restaurant.
Let's do it.
Let's hit the vocabulary with the M2 Deep Dive Protocol. First up, reservation. Wait, what's the precise difference between having a reservation and just walking in?
This is a fantastic, pragmatic question that affects your entire dining experience. A reservation is a formal arrangement where you saved or booked a table before you arrived.
Okay.
Typically by calling, using an app, or booking online a day or two in advance. It signifies planning. Walking in, by contrast, means you are subject to the available space, which could mean a long, uncertain wait.
Okay, let's look at how we might use that in 5 different settings so we truly nail this word's register.
Absolutely. First, the formal usage. We confirm the reservation for 7 p.m. under the name of Mr. Smith, which requires a specific dress code.
Very formal.
Second, the casual usage. I made a quick reservation for the gang tonight because Saturday nights always get busy and I didn't want to risk the wait.
I do that all the time.
Third, something funny or weird, often used metaphorically. Do I need a reservation for a table at your tiny desk? I'm worried about the queue of people who want to talk to you.
I like that. Using it outside its natural context shows you really understand the core meaning of holding a spot.
Fourth, the historical context.
No.
Historically, reservations were often done simply with a handwritten entry in a large ledger or book at the front desk.
Oh, wow.
It was a literal, physical promise of a space being held long before digital systems existed.
And philosophically?
Fifth, philosophically. A reservation is an act of planning for the future, ensuring stability, and reducing the immediate cognitive load and uncertainty associated with a social or necessary event.
That gives the word so much depth and utility. Now, let's do an extended role play using this high utility word. We are booking a table for 4 tonight at 8 p.m. Let's make the dialogue smooth and polite.
Okay, I'll be the restaurant host answering the phone. Ring, ring. Thank you for calling the Deep Dish. How may I help you?
Good afternoon. I'd like to book a table for 4 for tonight at around 8 p.m.
Of course. Let me just check the booking system. Are you looking to make a new reservation now, or do you have a pre-existing one?
I am looking to make one now, if possible. Is 8 p.m. open?
Yes. 8 p.m. looks clear for a party of 4. And what name should the reservation be held under?
Under the name of Jordan. That's Jordam.
Perfect, Jordan. We look forward to seeing the reservation of 4 under your name at 8 p.m. Thank you for calling.
That felt very smooth and very professional. What are the key collocations and nuances we need to remember?
There are 5 core phrases you need to internalize immediately. You need to know, make a reservation, have a reservation, reservation confirmed, reservation needed, and the crucial detail under the name of name. The key nuance, and this is what you must listen for the instant you walk into a restaurant, is the host's standard question, do you have a reservation? That confident answer is your first step to success.
Confidence check complete. Next, the politeness markers. We often hear learners say, I want the burger, but our sources stress the importance of using I'd like or I'll have. What is the subtle but important difference between these two? They both translate to desire, right?
You do. They can convey the same idea of desire, but their grammatical structure carries different weights of formality and register. This is where the modal verbs become important. I'd like is short for I would like. Using would places the desire in a hypothetical, softer, less demanding state, making it slightly more formal.
So it's the default polite setting.
Exactly. It's often used for the very first request, like asking for the menu or a starter.
Okay, and I'll have.
Now, I'll have is short for I will have. It's a statement of conversational choice, implying this is what I will accept now. It's natural, confident, and slightly more casual, often used when you are actively listing your order or deciding on the main course.
So both are much better than I want.
Oh, significantly softer and more polite than the direct demanding I want.
Understood. Let's put this into practice with 5 contexts, paying attention to the shift in tone.
Okay, formally. I would like to place my order now if the kitchen is ready for new tickets.
Very polite.
Casually. I'll have the burger and a side of fries, please, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Funny or weird? I would like to have the ability to teleport, please, if it is a side dish on your menu.
I'll take 2 of those.
Fourth, historically. The evolution of these modal verbs like would in polite requests shows a long-standing linguistic tendency to soften a command into a request, mitigating the imposition on the service provider.
And philosophically.
Fifth, philosophically. Using these refined phrases shows a fundamental respect for the service transaction. You are asking for service politely, rather than issuing a raw demand.
Let's put this into an extended practice roleplay. I'll be ordering my drink and my food, and I will try to use the appropriate phrase based on the context. And you, as the waiter, must repeat the order to confirm.
Ready. I am here with my notepad, standing politely by your table.
Excuse me, I think I've decided now. First, I would like to start with a glass of sparkling water, please.
Sparkling water. Excellent. And what will you have for your starter?
For the starter, I would like the tomato soup, and for my main course, I will have the grilled chicken with rice.
Just to confirm that order, 1 sparkling water, 1 tomato soup to start, and for the main course, the grilled chicken with rice. Is that all correct?
Yes, that's exactly right. Thank you.
That flow was impeccable. You use would like for the initial desire and will have for the confident, final choice. Our 5 key collocations are, I'd like the menu, I'd like to start with, I'll have the same, I'll have a glass of, and I'd like to know.
Okay.
The key nuance is that while I'd like works universally, I'll have sounds slightly more common and natural when you are listing the dishes you're actually choosing from the menu.
Excellent distinction. Next up, a classic menu feature. Today's special. Is today's special truly different from the waiter's simple recommendation?
They are often confused, but they are absolutely not the same. A recommendation is subjective. It's simply what the waiter personally thinks is good or popular.
Right, like the pizza.
Like the pizza.
Yeah.
The today's special, however, is a specific dish that the chef has prepared only for that specific day. It's often created because the ingredients are fresh, it uses seasonal components, and it might even be cheaper.
So it's specific, fresh, and temporary. That is a great way to define it. Let's look at 5 high-utility applications of this concept.
Formally, the chef's daily special utilizes seasonal, locally sourced ingredients to maximize flavor profiles. Casually. I'm tired of looking at the same menu, so I'm just going to have the special today and see what happens.
A little adventure.
Funny or weird? The special today is surprise fish, which means we can't tell you what kind it is until you take the first bite.
That's high stakes indeed.
Fourth, historically. The tradition of the daily special started not as a sales tactic, but as a mechanism for kitchen efficiency. It was to use up fresh ingredients from the market that morning.
To avoid food waste. Smart.
And fifth, philosophically. The special is often the point of creativity for the chef. It's where they try new techniques and flavors outside the rigidity of the fixed menu.
Let's role-play the full inquiry. I'm the customer, and I am very curious about the chef's creative choice.
I am the waiter. Good evening. Have you had a moment to look over the menu? May I perhaps recommend today's special?
Yes, please. I'd like to know more. What is today's special today? It's my first time dining here.
Welcome. Today's special is the pan-seared halibut with a light caper and lemon sauce. It's incredibly fresh today. We serve it with a mix of creamy mashed potatoes and steamed seasonal vegetables.
Mashed potatoes and steamed vegetables sound excellent. I'm interested in the fish, but I don't like heavy flavors. Is the sauce very light in flavor?
It is exceptionally light. The chef specifically wanted a subtle, refreshing lemon flavor that complements the fish, not overpowers it. It's a very popular special.
In that case, I'll have the special, please. What are the key collocations for this item?
The 5 core phrases are, the daily special, today's soup special, is only available today, what is the special, and a popular special. The nuance here is in how the waiter sells it. They have to mention fresh ingredients and a balanced flavor to convince you.
We've placed the order. Now we move into the mid-meal and payment phase, focusing on high-stakes communication. The most crucial high-stakes language in a restaurant is about health and safety, allergic to.
Yes.
So if I have a small problem with a food, like I just don't like peanuts, can I simply say I don't like peanuts or I'm allergic?
You must approach this distinction with extreme caution. This is a critical distinction. Saying I don't like peanuts is a preference. The waiter notes it.
Saying I am allergic to peanuts is a medical alert. It means that consuming this food can make you severely sick, potentially requiring immediate medical attention. It is serious, high-stakes language.
So only for real medical issues.
Only for real medical issues. Let's look at 5 high-stakes applications of this term, formally. I must ensure I am not served any dishes containing gluten due to a severe allergy that requires strict adherence to preparation protocols. Casually. I'm allergic to shellfish, so I'll pass on the shrimp and lobster tonight, thank you.
Right.
Funny or weird, using it metaphorically. I'm allergic to early mornings before 9 a.m. This shows how serious the speaker treats the concept of avoidance.
The metaphorical use still implies immediate avoidance and difficulty.
Exactly. 4th, historically. The growing awareness and increased standardization of protocols around food allergies in restaurants globally makes communicating this phrase clearly more important than ever.
And philosophically, this phrase gives the customer vital control over their personal safety in an environment, the kitchen, where they have no direct vision of food preparation.
Let's role-play this vital communication. I have a nut allergy and need to check the sauce for the chicken I ordered, keeping the tone calm but firm.
Welcome back. Is everything satisfactory with your meal so far?
Excuse me, I actually had a quick question about the sauce on my chicken. I have a known nut allergy. Is the sauce completely safe for me, or does it contain any peanuts or almond products?
Thank you for letting me know. That is very important. I need to check that immediately with the chef. Please hold one moment.
Okay.
Pauses. Yes, I have confirmed with the head chef. The sauce is entirely safe. It is a lemon butter reduction and has no nuts or chance of cross-contamination.
Thank you so much for taking the time to check. I really appreciate you ensuring the food is safe.
You handled that calmly and firmly, perfectly, demonstrating the required confidence. Our 5 collocations and nuances are: severe allergy, I'm allergic to, the sauce has no X, is the food safe, and nut allergy. The nuance is simple. Use this phrase calmly but firmly, and only use it if you have a medical necessity.
Got it. Now, for the climax of the visit, payment. Let's define the crucial difference between bill, check, and receipt. They are all pieces of paper.
They are, but they serve 3 distinct functions. The bill, which is common in the UK, or the check, common in the US, is the initial piece of paper showing the total amount you owe. It is the request for payment.
Okay.
The receipt is the proof of payment, a separate document you receive after you've successfully paid.
So I ask for the check or bill, and after I pay it, I get the receipt as proof.
Precisely. Let's look at 5 contexts for using the request for payment. Formally, could we request the final bill, please, as we have another engagement? Casually, can I get the check whenever you have a minute? Funny or weird? I received the bill and almost faded at the total amount. It seems I ate too much.
We definitely know that feeling when the credit card is sweating in our pocket.
Historically, the origin of the word check in this context possibly relates to a security counterfoil or a way to check the accuracy of the order against what was served.
Ah, interesting.
And philosophically, requesting the bill is the ultimate climax of the visit. It ends the social relationship and moves the interaction into a purely transactional debtor-creditor state.
Role-play time. We are requesting the bill and confirming payment options. I'll make the request.
I am the server, clearing your plates. Was there anything else I can bring you? Perhaps coffee or dessert?
Everything was absolutely delicious, thank you. We are ready to leave now. Excuse me, can I have the bill, please?
Of course. Right away. Here's your check. How would you like to handle the payment? Will that be by card or cash?
We will pay by card, please.
Excellent. I will bring the machine over for you.
Seamless. 5 key collocations are pay the bill, split the bill, foot the bill.
Which is informal, meaning to pay for everyone.
Right. And the final check, and have the bill here. The critical nuance here is, of course, the simple regional difference. UK favors bill, US favors check, but both are understood internationally.
Now let's fulfill that teaser we gave at the start. The concept deep dive. Splitting the cost and going Dutch. You asked earlier what go Dutch actually means. Why is it different from just splitting the bill?
I know that phrase. It means everyone pays their part, but I always assumed splitting the bill meant the same thing. This is where I think pragmatic competence gets tricky.
This is arguably the most crucial distinction for transactional fairness in a group. Splitting the cost or splitting the bill often implies a general equal division of the total amount, irrespective of what each person consumed.
So if the total meal is $120 and there are 4 of us, we each pay $30, no questions asked.
Correct. Even if you only ordered a small glass of water and a cracker.
Right.
Now, going Dutch is the specific idiom for each person paying only for their specific part or order. The source explicitly defines it as Each person pays for his or her part.
Ah, the specific items you ordered. Let's use the analogy to make this concrete for our listeners.
Let's stick with the pizza analogy. The total cost of the meal is like a whole pizza. If you simply split the bill, you cut the pizza into 4 mathematically equal slices, and everyone gets the same amount. If you explicitly say you want to go Dutch, the wait staff understands they must calculate exactly which toppings and which specific slice belongs to whom, ensuring the fair outcome.
Let's apply this to a detailed real-world scenario because this is where confusion can cause social friction.
Imagine a group of 3 friends dining. Friend A orders a cheap salad for $18. Friend B orders a regular pasta dish for $22.
Okay.
And friend C orders the highly expensive the halibut plus 2 glasses of wine costing $60. The total bill is $100.
If they simply say, we want to split the bill equally, they each pay $33.33.
Exactly. Friend A, the salad eater, overpays by over $15, and friend C, the halibut eater, underpays by nearly $27. This causes silent social friction because it feels unfair.
But if they explicitly say, we will go Dutch, the waiter understands that friend A pays $18, friend B pays $22, and friend C pays $60.
The distinction is critical for maintaining transactional honesty and social harmony in a group. Using Go Dutch is a mature, fair, and pragmatically competent choice when there are widely varying costs in the orders.
Fantastic. We've mastered the restaurant. Now, let's jump over to the final real-world scenario, the supermarket checkout. First, we have to find the items. Vocabulary deep dive. Aisle. A-I-S-L-E. Okay, I see that S, but why in the world does it sound like aisle?
Because English spelling is delightfully complex and often ignores letters for no discernible reason. The S in aisle is silent. An aisle is the long pathway or corridor between the shelves in a supermarket.
Right.
It's where you walk to find items. The pronunciation is a perfect example of why shadowing is so important. What you see is not what you hear.
Aisle.
Aisle. It feels so weird not saying that is. Let's look at 5 high-utility applications.
Formally. The perishable items are organized logically across designated refrigerated aisles for quality control. Casually, the milk is always in the furthest back aisle of the store because they want you to walk past every promotional item before you get there.
I've definitely had that moment of existential crisis in the cleaning supplies aisle.
Fourth, historically. The word's origin is quite sophisticated, connecting to church architecture, where the aisle referred to the side pathways of the main nave.
Oh, that's cool.
Fifth, philosophically, aisles represent organized choice and consumer convenience. The entire structure of modern retail is built on the systematic layout of the aisle.
Role play time. I'm lost and hungry. I need pasta and I need it now.
I am a store employee wearing a red vest. Welcome. Can I help you find anything specific today?
Excuse me, I have been looking everywhere. Where can I find the pasta? I have walked down every aisle on the right side. Certainly. You missed it. The pasta is usually in aisle 4. If you walk straight ahead past the bakery, it will be the 3rd aisle on your left. The dairy section, where the milk and eggs are, is usually in the coldest aisle at the very back.
Thank you. And where is the meat counter? Near the produce?
No, the main meat counter is right next to the dairy aisle for easy stocking.
Perfect. I am now unlost. 5 core collocations. Main aisle, the drinks aisle, walk down the aisle.
Which is used literally in stores and figuratively for weddings.
Right. And check the aisle number in aisle 7. The nuance is that while it is used heavily in supermarkets, you usually wouldn't use it in a tiny corner shop.
Next, let's tackle that huge contemporary word, contactless payment. C-O-N-T-A-C-T-L-E-S-S. What is the core meaning hidden inside this long word?
The length is intimidating, but I assume it means paying without touch.
Exactly. The prefix contact and the suffix "-less mean without contact. Contactless payment means paying without physically touching the machine, no inserting the card, no swiping, and often no PIN required for small purchases.
You just tap.
You just tap your card, your phone, or your smartwatch against the terminal. Let's look at 5 contexts for using this modern term.
Okay.
Formally. The corporation requires that all branch stores utilize contactless payment technology for maximum efficiency and hygiene. Casually. I'm in a hurry, so I'll just tap my phone. I prefer contactless methods. Funny or weird? I tried to use contactless payment on a street vendor's stand, but he didn't even have a cash register.
The technology isn't ubiquitous yet, that magic word.
Fourth, historically, the increase in digital security and the demand for speed, especially after recent global events, made this method the popular standard. And Philosophically, contactless payment symbolizes speed, modernity, and the seamless, hassle-free nature of advanced transactions.
Time for the checkout role play, including that moment when the technology inevitably fumbles.
I am the cashier. The total for your groceries is $45.65. How would you like to pay?
Is contactless payment available here?
Yes, absolutely. Just tap your card or phone here on the terminal screen.
Pauses. My phone is ringing and the card isn't connecting. It says, please try again.
No problem. Sometimes the connection is slow or your phone shifted slightly. Let's try it one more time. Align the device right over the symbol.
Taps again. There we go. It worked this time. Thank you for your patience.
Our 5 core collocations. Tap to pay, use contactless terminal, contactless limit.
Which is the max amount you can spend without a PIN.
Right. And preferred method. The nuance is simply that this is an essential high-frequency term for modern shopping in almost every major city around the world.
Moving on to financial troubleshooting, another high-stakes moment. Charge twice. What exactly does it mean when the money is charged, and what's the scenario behind being charged twice?
To be charged means the shop successfully took money from your account for the item. To be charged twice means that due to a scanning error, a lag in the system, or a technical glitch, the store took money for the item 2 consecutive times.
Right. High stakes.
It's high-stakes language because it requires you to calmly resolve a financial discrepancy.
Let's look at 5 high-stakes applications of this term.
Formally, I must dispute this transaction immediately, as I believe I was charged twice for the carton of eggs and I only have one item in my bag. Casually. Hey, I think these biscuits scanned twice. Can you check the total on the screen?
And the funny story.
A friend's story from the source material about buying a simple bottle of juice and realizing he'd been charged twice only after he had left the store and had to walk all the way back.
Having to walk back is the ultimate penalty for an error.
4th, historically.
Yeah.
Mistakes like this happened even before digital scanning, but they were handled by cross-referencing paper receipts. Now, it's usually a quick computer fix. And philosophically, this phrase ensures transactional honesty and fairness, giving the customer the necessary linguistic tool to correct an error politely.
Role play. I am checking the receipt and notice an error. I must be polite and use the growing mindset, not immediately accusatory.
Here is your receipt, sir. Thank you for shopping with us today.
Excuse me, I was just quickly checking the numbers. I think I was charged twice for the brand of coffee on line 12. It shows 2, but I only bought 1 package.
Oh, let me check the transaction log. You're absolutely right. I apologize for the error. I'll fix it right now and process a refund for the extra charge back to your card.
That is very helpful. Thank you for fixing the mistake.
The 5 collocations are charged for the wrong item, charged the wrong price, I was overcharged, fix the charge, and refund the difference. The nuance here is crucial. Always stated as a polite observational thought, I think I was charged, rather than an accusation.
Next question the cashier always asks that trips me up, mostly because I don't have one. Loyalty card. What is a loyalty card? Does it mean I'm special?
Yes, they're trying to make you feel special. A loyalty card is a membership card offered by the store that rewards you for shopping there frequently for being loyal to them. You get points, which turn into discounts, or you get special member-only offers.
Let's look at 5 high-utility applications for this word.
Formally, do you participate in our customer loyalty program to accrue points and discounts with this purchase? Casually. Do you have your loyalty card with you today, or your phone number? Funny or weird? My sister tries to collect loyalty cards for every store she enters, even if she only buys one thing.
She is maximizing her loyalty potential.
4th, historically, this system evolved from simple paper coupons and stamps that needed to be collected into the digital card systems we use today. And philosophically, the card symbolizes the store's desire to secure and keep your repeat business.
Let's practice the confident refusal, which, as a learner, can often feel harder than saying yes.
I am the cashier. Did you find everything okay? Do you have a loyalty card with us today?
No, I don't, thank you.
No problem at all. We can sign you up next time. Your total is $38.
Simple and confident, that's the goal. What are the key collocations?
Loyalty program. Scan your loyalty card, get points on your card, store loyalty, and loyalty discount. The nuance is that you should never feel shy or embarrassed to say, no, I don't. It is a completely normal, low-stakes question.
We covered the mindset and the transactional phrases. Let's finish the learning phase with a deep dive on one of the most effective practice techniques mentioned in the source material, shadowing.
So I hear about shadowing a lot. Is it really more than just listening and repeating?
It's significantly more active. Shadowing is a powerful practice technique where you immediately repeat speech, literally shadowing the speaker to build muscle memory and perfectly match the rhythm, intonation, and melody of native English.
So it's about the physical muscle act of speaking.
Exactly. The key difference is the immediacy. You are training your mouth and tongue to articulate sounds synchronously with what you hear, not just after a long pause.
Okay, what's the analogy? The analogy is critical here. Shadowing is like learning to play the guitar or piano. You don't just listen to the music. You need to train your fingers, your mouth and tongue, to hit the right notes at the right time and in the right sequence. It builds the automaticity needed for fluency.
What is the main contrast between shadowing and simple listening comprehension?
We contrast shadowing, which is an active, immediate, physical repetition focused on sound, rhythm, and stress, with simple listening comprehension, which is passive and focused on meaning. Shadowing is designed to move the language from your passive memory to your active speaking muscles.
This is where the supplementary materials, like the provided transcripts, become vital, right? I want to circle back to that technical term you mentioned earlier, the phone-grapheme barrier. For a B1 learner, can you explain what that means?
This is a huge concept for English learners. The phone-grapheme barrier is the massive, frustrating difference between how an English word sounds, the phone, and how it is spelled, the grapheme.
Oh, yeah.
English spelling is notoriously irregular. Think of words like through or tough. They look similar, but sound completely different.
This is why English is so hard. I can read a word, but when I hear a native speaker say it, I don't recognize it.
Precisely. For a beginner, if they try to shadow purely by sound, they get confused. By providing the transcript, the learner can read the text while hearing the sound. This visual reinforcement resolves the phone-grapheme barrier. It allows you to correctly link the sound with the spelling.
That makes perfect sense. It connects the mind and the mouth, which is what we need for transactional confidence.
Now that we've covered the mechanical side, let's cover the connection side. We need to talk about feelings, as our sources focus on moving B1 learners beyond the simple answer, I'm fine.
Absolutely. Relying only on I'm good or I'm fine is restrictive. We need to master terms like happy, sad, tired, hungry, thirsty, angry, frustrated, excited, scared, bored, and surprised.
And we need nuance. The sources made a great distinction between different kinds of fatigue.
Yes, that's key. We discuss the difference between feeling physically tired from walking or a lack of sleep and feeling mentally tired from concentrating or studying a lot.
Right, and understanding those moments of mild disappointment. If you make exciting plans with friends and they're suddenly canceled, the feeling is often disappointing.
And if your computer is slow.
The common feeling is impatient or sometimes frustrated.
Let's end with a deep dive on a strong positive feeling. Satisfied? Is satisfied exactly the same as happy?
Not quite. Happy is a general state of joy. Satisfied means you are pleased because you have achieved a goal or gotten exactly what you wanted. It's a feeling of fulfillment that comes specifically after completion.
Let's look at 5 applications to feel the weight of this word.
Formally, the regulatory committee was satisfied with the comprehensive nature of the detailed report.
Okay.
Casually. I finished all my chores today, and I managed to lay all my bricks, so I feel completely satisfied with my productivity. Funny or weird? I am satisfied that my cat finally learned to use its scratching post instead of the expensive new armchair.
A domestic victory.
Fourth, historically, the word connects back to the concept of sufficiency or meeting necessary needs. And philosophically, satisfaction comes from completion and efficacy. It is the specific psychological reward for solving a problem.
Let's use it to describe our conversation today.
I am feeling truly happy and very satisfied that we managed to cover all that complex transactional material so thoroughly.
It was a very helpful conversation, and I feel profoundly satisfied that our listeners now have the specific linguistic and psychological tools they need for their next outing.
The 5 collocations are deeply satisfied, satisfied customer, highly satisfied, job satisfaction, and satisfied with the result. The nuance is that it's often used professionally or to describe feeling complete.
Okay, we've learned the rules. Now let's quickly look at the common mistake segment. I'll give the wrong example, and you give the native correction.
Ready to fix these mistakes.
Mistake 1, ordering too directly. Can I just say, I want the burger?
That sounds very direct, almost like a command, which can be interpreted as rude. Native speakers would actually say, I'd like the burger, please, or I'll have the burger. Thank you. The politeness is key.
Right. Mistake 2, confusing bill and check. If I want the paper, can I say, excuse me, where is the check?
If you say, where is the check? You sound like you have lost the paper and are asking for its location. Native speakers would say, "Can I have the check, please?" Or, "Could we get the bill?" You must use the verb have or get.
Got it. Mistake 3. Using allergic to lightly. If I just dislike cucumber, can I say, I am allergic to cucumber, so change the salad?
You must not do that. That is a serious misuse of safety language. If you
Ah.
just dislike an ingredient, native speakers would say, "Could I please have the sandwich without cucumber?" Reserve "I'm allergic to," only for actual medical concerns.
Wonderful. Now for the final segment, the pop quiz, fulfilling the teaser from the intro. Are you ready to test my memory?
I am ready. I laid my one brick of confidence today, and I feel satisfied with my performance yet to come. Let's do it.
Question 1. What is the magic word that instantly turns a stuck thought, like I am unskilled, into a growing, forward-looking thought?
The magic word is yet. I am unskilled yet.
Perfect. Question 2. In a transactional moment, when you are simply ordering the main dish at a restaurant, which phrase is generally considered the most conversational and natural choice? I would like the steak, or I'll have the steak.
While both are polite, the more natural conversational choice for the main dish is "I'll have the steak," using the contraction for "I will have."
Excellent recall. And question 3, the big one. What is the specific meaning of the idiom go Dutch when dining with a group, and how is it different from simply splitting the bill?
The idiom "go Dutch" means that each person pays for his or her specific part or order. It differs because splitting the bill means dividing the total equally, regardless of individual cost. Going Dutch ensures transactional fairness.
Absolutely nailed it. You are a master of pragmatic competence.
Okay, now let's summarize what we have learned today for our listeners. Your job is to summarize the top 3 concepts that change the mindset.
Okay. Number 1, embrace the growing mindset. Number 2, mistakes are just information, like a baby learning to walk. And number 3, don't build the whole wall, just lay one brick perfectly every day.
And I will summarize the top 5 words for high-stakes, real-world transactions. Number 1, I'll have for polite ordering. Number 2, reservation for pre-booking tables. Number 3, allergic to for health and safety. Number 4, contactless payment for modern transactions. And number 5, aisle for navigating the store.
Phenomenal. So here is our micro challenge for you, our dedicated listener. Your task today is simple. Take one of our new words or phrases and write a single sentence in the comments below that tells us how you are feeling about your English learning or what your one brick goal for tomorrow will be.
We genuinely love reading your answers. Thank you all so much for listening. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to Global English Podcast.
I'm Jordan. See you next time.
And I'm Taylor. Bye.